No, so I'm saying there was a situation where, or I recall a story when, it was me, my brother, and a friend of mine, and we were walking out the house. We hadn't been outside more than 10 minutes. And, we were about 10, 15 feet away from the front door, and squad car rolled up, detective car rolled up on the sidewalk. Van rolled up. They came out full force. And, we showed ID. We were from the building. That should be the end of it. But then you have to think about, where does a squad car, a van, a detective car come from? They flipped us up, they checked us out, and then, after that, they just kind of like left us, just kind of like whatever. But where does that come from? My building's not a traffic building. It's a private building, so there's no suspicion of anything, but other than being colored, and hopefully they can get a couple collars to get their numbers up before they take it in, because it was late. That's one. Standing in the wrong place at the wrong time can get you treated terribly, and that's not good if no one's doing anything. You know what I'm saying? And that's happened multiple occasions too. I just feel like it's always a question of when. You know what I mean? It's not a matter of I hope not. It's just when. When does my number pop up on the I'm gonna fuck with him list? And it becomes to the point where it becomes so normal that that's just how everything is. And then I look at some of my friends who may not be aware enough, who aren't so selective of how they talk and the little mannerisms, the very little things that I constantly see the police take and run with, because they approach a situation aggressively. They approach a situation with the intent to defend themselves before there's even a conflict like that, and it's never gonna be okay like that. That's how I feel. Lots of situations where just because of how I talked or how I looked, what I'm saying, they're like, they'll mess with me, but they may not mess with me so much as my friend, because he's a little darker, or because he's a little less articulate, or whatever the case may be, and that's not right. And I see that happening a lot. People who, it's not that we need to learn how to deal with the police, but I feel like we need to cater to their egos almost too much, to the point where we're getting mishandled and mistreated just to satisfy someone's entertainment. I've had officers say things around me because they thought that I was passive and whatever. And, it's, well, you're lucky you're not like this, because we would do that. And I'm like, wow, I am lucky I'm not like that, because you would totally violate me for nothing. And that's my take on that. If we don't say anything, nothing's gonna happen. If no one does anything, nothing's gonna happen. And we need to be aware. I mean, it's to the point where when I see someone getting stopped by the police, I start recording just cause. Someone should. And I would hope if I was in a shady situation with some cops, somebody would too. And it happens all the time, and we shouldn't accept it. It's not right.